Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakal Kadash, giving double honor to the apostle of this great millstone, peace and blessings to brothers pushing his truth and sincerity, and Kwam Yasharalas, the brother in the Pash Kadash, coming to you again another lesson. All right, this is Isaiah 65, verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. In these time periods that we getting ready to come into, you people, y'all gonna be ashamed, y'all gonna be hungry, and y'all gonna be thirsty. Because that's the reward. Y'all in that lit, laugh now, cry later spirit. Y'all as in the days of Noah, y'all want to live it up. But guess what? The true believers, the first fruits, the elect, the hopeful elect, the ones who serving in season, out of season, not taking their hand off the plow, the ones who really love this truth, who love the Lord, not with just their vain words, but with their actions, by keeping the law, statutes, commandments that the Lord commanded us to do. We're going to be good. We're going to rejoice. We're going to eat. We're going to drink. All right? We're going to live it up. Even in this time period, Jeremiah 30:7, a day like never seen before. Hey, I ain't saying we're going to sleep on a hot bed and have 3 cots a day. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is the Lord going to make sure that we taken care of. All right. It say, behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart. We're going to say, call law Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. We're going to clap our hands and we're going to smile. We're going to say, damn, we close to home. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. It is sooner than what we believe. That's what we're going to say. We're going to be rejoicing. And then we're going to be happy because we're going to be watching all this destruction and nothing going to touch us. Granted, judgment started at the house of the Lord, but when we get to the end, we're going to laugh, we're going to smile, we're going to say we made it. The chariots is right there in the sky, brother. We made it. We're going to rejoice. Because we're going to have watched all you niggas been stepped on, squashed by Boston Dynamics, by artillery fire, by gunfire, by fucking straight bullets, by apparitions, by spirits and demons and everything. There's 1,000 ways to die in the West. This is how y'all niggas going to be treated. Like scum. Because of what y'all did to the Lord. Y'all said let his blood be upon our hands and our kids' hands. So guess what? It's time to pay that debt. It says, and ye shall cry for sorrow of heart and shall howl for vexation of spirit. You niggas gonna be forced to eat your kids. Y'all gonna the grinding shall cease, the storehouses shall be empty. All right, y'all gonna be in great sorrow. Your heart's gonna hurt. Y'all gonna wake up and y'all gonna wish it was all a bad dream, but it's gonna be reality. You lived it up. You had a 100 million in the bank and the fucking dollar crash. Vexation of the spirit. You finally paid your house off, and guess what? America fell. It says, and ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. For the Lord shall slay thee and call his servants by another name. The Lord gonna slay you niggas. Yahweh Shai said, I come to send fire on earth, but what will it be if it already be kindled? He said he come not with peace, but with a sword. Y'all think y'all about to get the best of both worlds, and what y'all about to be is a double loser. To be winning on this side, you had to be a Diddy. To be winning on this side, you had to be a Bati boy. All right? And then you think you're going to go into the kingdom with your head held high after you was at the Diddy parties? No. All right. But we going to be taken care of, thus saith the Lord. This 1 Kings chapter 17, verse 2 through 6. It say, Yahweh then told Elijah, get out of here and fast. Head east and hide out at the Kerith Raven on the other side of the Jordan River. You can drink fresh water from the brook. I've ordered the ravens to feed you. The Lord showed Elijah fresh water. He also ordered the raven. The Lord, that's how we know the Lord is in control of all things, and you got to really believe that. The Lord ordered ravens to feed Elijah. Meaning if a raven came back with a loaf of bread, it came back with a loaf of bread. If it came back with a turkey leg, it came back with a turkey leg, and Elijah was fed off his faith. It says, Elijah obeyed Yahweh's orders. He went and camped in Kerith Canyon on the other side of the Jordan, and sure enough, ravens brought him his meals, both breakfast and supper, and he drank from the brook. The Lord made sure Elijah was taken care of. Not to worry, he had breakfast and supper. He had fresh water. If you know anything about the time of Elijah, well, I don't get too much into it. I don't want to digress, but hey, he needed it. And guess what? The Lord provided. Why? Because Elijah was a faithful follower. He was a servant of the Lord, a prophet of the Lord. All right. James chapter 1, verse 6. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering, for he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. So yeah, whenever you ask for something, you ask for it in full belief. You got to go to the Lord and you got to believe he can do it. If you don't believe he can do it, he won't do it for you. You have to wholeheartedly believe this is possible. The scriptures talk about how nothing in the hands of the Lord is impossible. All right, nothing. If the Lord can feed Elijah with a raven, if the Lord can deliver us from Egypt, if the Lord, look at where we was just at a couple centuries ago. We was in hardcore bondage slavery. We're in the same country, but we not in so-called hardcore bondage slavery no more. Still in slavery, but it's not. When did we get delivered from that hardcore? The Lord made it ease up. Only the Lord could did that. They had a stronghold on us. They foot on our necks. How did we get out of that heart? We didn't. It might have been some fights here and there, some rebellions, but ultimately it was the Lord. Nothing is impossible for the Lord to do. So that's why when you ask him, you got to have full-blown belief that it is possible what you asking for. Yeah, I think I wanted this right here. It was one I wanted. Okay, Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Lord must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So we got to believe that he is. We got to believe that he's actually there for us. We got to believe that the works we putting in is not in vain. The Lord told us to do X, Y, and Z, and we'll get ABC. All right, we doing X, Y, and Z right now. So when it comes time to Lord, we need you. And he pull your track record up and say, hey, you a good servant. I got you. This is why we do it. We know what's to come. But the Lord said, hey, if you know what's to come, do these things right here and I got you. And that's why we doing them. All right. We've been given the gift to see. So now we got to act upon it. If you know what's coming in the future, you a step ahead. If you know what's coming in the future and you pussyfooting, well, then that's on you when you get destroyed. But as for those that taking initiative, call on him. The Lord got our back. But you got to have faith too. You got to believe. Because you got some people that know what's coming, but they don't believe. They don't believe America's getting destroyed. They don't believe the Lord going to make sure they fed. When you tell them how it's going to be a famine, when you tell them how the storehouse is going to be closed, they wondering, well, how we going to be fed? I don't give a fuck. I know the Lord got us. I don't have to 100. I'm not at the crib with a big noteboard. This is 100 ways the Lord can do it. The Lord do it however you want to do it. He can make some food rain from the sky, like with the mammon with the Israelites in the wilderness. All right. He could do it a lot of different ways. He could do it infinite ways. All we know is that he can do it. Romans 10:17. So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Lord. And when you read these accounts of these different things, they faith boosters. Because it ain't even about word of mouth. We reading it things that really happen. All right. We're really reading things that really happen. If that don't boost your faith, I don't know what will. Yeah, we got miracles and things like that, but you got the accounts of all the things the Lord did. You know, it's a miracle that the Bible has been translated so many times and still we have the correct doctrines and the whole truth. All right? But hey, I hope that was edifying.